We start in with the third years, the year nines, where we actually do a module called My Ideal Career. They use our career department's QDOS website to do the questionnaire and look at particular jobs that they would be suited to. From that they do a talk, a 3-minute talk in front of all the class, and when they do that I start immediately thinking about work experience for the next year. They also get them to write a draft letter of application and a CV. And that they can use that as soon as they get into the year 10, into fourth year, to actually start approaching employers and actually make them actually do phone calls and all that kind of stuff. Some of them are absolutely terrified of using a telephone, and sometimes I'm quite brutal. I make them stand outside my room with a pen and a paper and sometimes a script, and they are physically shaking when they're actually doing that, and it's fantastic when they actually sit down and get a placement. It's problem solving because they've got to work out how they're going to get there. They're out of the comfort zone. I was once asked about stretch and challenge, and without a doubt, work experience is stretch and challenge if they go to the right environment, especially if it's not a family friend or something they've done before. It's a whole range of soft skills that they definitely need when they go into the real world of work. Once they've got the placement sorted out, I get them to do some research about that placement so that when they have to go for an interview or they have to actually go through the front door and actually arrange their working hours and all that kind of stuff, they know what they're going into. And at the very end of their work experience, they do a talk in front of all the class about their experiences and would they recommend that placement to another student in this school or beyond. The Nybep database that we use every year is an invaluable source of looking at possible placements. We've got a lot of alumni, and we've got a lot of parents who do a whole range of businesses and working organisations around the country and around here, and obviously that's a good source. But the basis of it all is looking at the Nybep database. I'll get emails from sixth formers saying, I'm really interested in doing something to do with astrophysics. What can I do for a placement? And I'll think back to students that have gone to like the Culham Centre for Nuclear Fusion and say, this is a good one, contact this person, and it works really well. It's my extra database. Apart from my brain, it's the database that I heavily rely on to actually get placements for the students. With the safeguarding issues, they're not allowed out of school unless the 2 green buttons have gone green on their placement. So that I'm constantly, when the fourth years and the lower sixth go on a placement, before they walk out the door, I make sure that those checks have taken place, and without Nybep, I couldn't do the job. It's because they know me and I know them. And if I've got an issue or I've got something to resolve, I can get on the phone, I can do an email, and I get a response within 24 hours. There was one the other day, it was PricewaterhouseCoopers, and the contact details that the student had given me, when they rang up, they couldn't actually get hold of them, so we just double checked, and it works really well because it's a two-way process. So I know them very well, they know me very well. I must drive Nybep round the bend sometimes, but it's not a cosy relationship, it's a very good professional relationship, and I know I can depend on them and they know they can depend on me.